Hey guys, today we're going to talk about what is the mindset of a successful realtor and what are some main activities that all top realtors have in common. And keep watching because the most important KPI, key performance indicator, we will tell you what that is for real estate agents.
Hi, this is Real Estate with Alyse and Jay.
And I'm Alyse, and that's Jay. If you're a realtor, we would love to help you become the local market expert in your area. Our contact information is in the description.
Yep, that's right. If you have any questions, feel free to call, text, or email us. We would love to go a little bit more in depth about the stuff we're going to talk today. So, when's the best time to plant a tree?
Best time to plant a tree was 20 plus years ago.
That's right. And when's the next best time?
Well, the next best time to plant a tree is right now.
And why is that the case?
So let's just talk about it, business perspective. See, if you just started in business or your business is not where you want it to be, now is the best time to start planning and setting it up to where you'll have a giant shade tree the next time we have a market shift.
See, people are still buying and selling every day. And what we want to do, especially in this kind of gloom and doom negative market that we're in right now, interest rates are crazy, inventory's low, lawsuits happening, all this stuff is going on. But we want to be part of the side of the business that's looking at things in a positive manner and keeping a more positive outlook on it, and not just to be like a Pollyanna and stick our head in the sand and hope for the best down the road. If you look in your market, there's houses that are getting sold every single day of the week, right? I know for sure there's probably 100, 150 houses getting closed today while we're making this video. There'll be another 100 or so tomorrow, maybe another 100 the next day. And that's what we're trying to talk about is even though things are going crazy, people still need to move, people still need to buy their houses. And we want to be on the positive mental side of that so that we can help them get to where they want to go and not be fighting ourselves internally and mentally.
And like Jay said, lots of homes are still being sold. And hey, we only really need a very small fraction of those homes to be successful. Let's use our numbers, for example. We sold approximately 27 transactions this year, total of 7.5 million in volume. And our GCI was 225. And that's with high interest rates and low inventory.
And that's right. All this was almost a normal year for us, even though the market is going crazy and everything else like that is happening. And that's the importance of having the right mindset and going over these things that we're going to share with you today.
There are people leaving the business and giving their market share opportunities to us, the ones that stay in the business. Hey, coming out of the 2008 crash, we actually grew our market share by at least 20%. And then going through the shift of the seller's market in 2014-15, we did the same exact thing. Slower paced markets give us a chance to work on our business rather than in our business. When it's slower, we actually can plan out our next systems that we will need for the next busy cycle. We fully expect our usual 25 to 35 transactions a year jump in the next 2 to 5 years to 35 to 45. In fact, we're counting on it and we're planning on how to get there right now.
Yeah, that's right. We're actually planning on doing the things that are going to give us that market share during this next run up, because right now is the downturn. And so it's the perfect time for us to be working in our business, like she mentioned, planning those things out, getting them ready to go, kind of start watering the seeds, if you will, so that we'll have something to count on in this next run up that's always going to happen. So now we just kind of want to go over some of the principles of kind of what we're talking about here and why we're teaching it and why they always work, right? That's kind of the value of a principle. It's something that works continuously over and over and over again, especially when it comes to successful agents, right? Successful agents, they're usually very client focused. They're working and focusing on building long-term relationships. And those are both with their clients and with the industry professionals. That could be home builders, painters, mortgage companies, loan officers, title companies, all those people that they're going to need to have a successful transaction. They want to be building those long-term relationships. And the biggest thing, in my opinion, is that they're continuously learning, which means they never have that arrival syndrome of, hey, I'm at the top of my game, I know it all, let me just kind of sit back and relax and let it come to me. You know, they keep learning, they keep staying on the edge of what's new and what's coming down the pipe. So to me, that's a huge one, to be a continuous learner. And the other thing is they're always in the top 25% of the agents in their area consistently. Successful agents are always in that top bracket, and they're always the ones that are doing about 80% of the sales in the market. If you just took a sample of 100 transactions that are closing, there's 100 agents, 20% of those agents, right? So 20 of those agents are doing 80 of those transactions, while the other 80 agents are fighting over those last 20 transactions that are available in that market. And so that's just another visual way to have us see and realize that, hey, we want to be in that top bracket of the realtors that we're working with, because that's also going to make life easier for us when it comes to doing business, getting market share, building those relationships, all the things that we're talking about.
All right. We're actually going to give you some basic examples for a good business. First, the business only exists to solve a problem for the customers and serve the needs needs of the owner, not the other way around. The owners aren't meant to serve the needs of the business. Rewind that if you need a couple times, if you need to hear that again. Some other things, you're going to need to set a budget. You're going to have an updated plan. You're going to need systems. Remember, if you don't have any systems, then you are the system, which is very time consuming and you can chase your tail a lot. You need to practice goal setting, make sure that they're achievable and have a deadline. You need to have a plan for your business to follow and a marketing plan. We know that these are broad examples of how to set up your business for success. But if you want to go, in detail, please feel free to reach out. So this is the big announcement. Very fun. What's the most important KPI, the key performance indicator for realtors?
Well, it's a great question. And that's what we talked about when we started the segment off. But some people are going to say that it's leads, obviously, right? Without leads, you're not going to have a thriving business. Other people are going to say it's conversions, right? Like how many of those leads can you convert into clients that you actually work with? Some people are even going to tell us that it's more about return on investment or the bottom line of how much we make, whether that's a revenue bottom line or a profit bottom line. But that's kind of talking about income we get back on what we're spending. And then we've all heard that the fortune is in the follow-up, right? And now the question is, well, how do we know if our follow-up is really working? The way that we know if our follow-up is working is because we're going to be able to set up appointments with those people that we're following up with to have conversations with them about their upcoming transactions. And so that's why I say all of these are good KPIs, but some of them are harder to track than others. And some only give you a picture of what's already happened. So it's kind of like looking in a review mirror when you're driving, right? And what they're not doing is they're not forward-looking KPIs, right? And so the simplest, easiest to track, the most real-time KPI is how many conversations are we having about real estate? And that can be measured on a daily, weekly, monthly basis, or even quarterly and yearly, depending on how you want to do that. But the bottom line is that whoever's having the most conversations about real estate, they're going to be the winner in this big picture, right? They're going to be the ones that are helping clients. They're going to be the ones with signs in the yards. They're going to be the ones that everybody else knows about. And they're going to be the ones in that top 25% bracket that we were talking about, the successful realtor. So everything that we're looking at and everything that we're studying beyond that is really just making it harder and more confusing for us agents. So on just a basic bottom line level, the more conversations you have about real estate, the more people you're going to help, the more checks you're going to cash, the happier you're going to be with your real estate business and the way it's unfolding. And we would just like to help encourage you to say like, hey, if we can do it, we know you can do it, because it took us 10, 15 years of hard work and figuring it out and trial and error. And that's where we say, hey, let us help you, because we can get you there in 18, 24 months and shave off all of that time off of your learning curve. Plus it'll save you a lot of time, a lot of effort, a lot of money, a lot of heartache.
Yes, absolutely. And if you would like to grow your real estate sales, build wealth, and have the life you've always dreamed of when you first got into real estate, we would love to help you get there. Again, our information is in the description.
That's right. We'd love to help you. So just call, text us, or email us. And again, thanks for watching. And as we like to say,
Keep Austin weird.
keep San Antonio cool.